Hey there, it's Kevin, and it's time for your 2-minute training. This one is a little bit more serious. I try to have them light and fun and airy, but let's talk about something very, very serious. I can't mention enough that I'm born and bred in California, and our company is based out of California. 2 weeks ago, we had 2 sheriff's deputies in Los Angeles that were ambushed, sitting in their patrol vehicle. 2 very young officers had been out of the academy for 14 months. If you've watched these 2-minute trainings for any time whatsoever, you hear me talk about ambushes, but you also hear me talking about status checks. If you haven't heard from your men and women and you pick the time, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, maybe it's time to check on them. If you don't know exactly where they are, if you don't have an automatic vehicle locator or you don't have some type of a system where you're looking at your AVL and knowing where folks are, especially if your officers are alone or in rural areas, just check on them. Maybe you don't want to put out an official status check. Send them a little text message on their computer. Send them a little message saying, hey, haven't heard from you in a while, just making sure you're okay. And the cop's going to say, hey, thanks, I'm just writing reports in the park. Or, hey, I was just grabbing a bite to eat and I didn't tell you about it. And a couple might get grumpy, and you've heard me say this before, but I'll continue to say it throughout my career. I'd rather have them alive and grumpy than dead and content, because there's nothing good about the ambushes that are going on. Our officers are in danger more now than I think probably in quite a long time, and we have to be the guardian. We have to be the one that looks out over the flock. It is super important. And then one last tag at the end of this one. I want you to think about your own safety. If you wear a uniform to and from work, now might be the time that you should wear a cover jacket, or maybe don't put the shirt on until you get into your building. Because really, you look at your uniform and look at a police officer's uniform from the waist up in a car, they see the patch and they might think that you're a cop. You walk into a 7-Eleven just to grab yourself a big gulp or a snack, they might think that you're a cop. Same reason I'm worried about what we call the fatal funnel, where you've got take-home cars and that sheriff's deputy or patrol car is sitting in front of someone's home day in and day out, and they can now figure out when your days off are, when your days on are. So the topic is ambush, your safety, the officer's safety, and status checks. Go out and make it a safe shift, and thanks for making a difference.